back. Got all the panels pretty flush. Now figure out what to do with all these nail holes that are still here. Most of what I've read, people think drip rails are the way to go. So I did a little research on some different ways of doing that. Some people suggest using Unistrut from like a Home Depot or hardware store. But what I've decided to do is I spent the extra, it's probably maybe an extra 20-30 bucks, and got some 1932 drip rail right here, nice long piece. And we're just going to try and work on fitting that to the car itself. It's all pretty straight. The only little area I have to work on is just this curve towards the back. So I'm going to take a piece of cardboard, see if I can recreate this curve just so I have a template to work from. And then I'm going to try a couple of different methods I've read online on how to actually bend the same curve into the drip rail. Once I've got that piece on, we will press against it with a bracket. I should be able to get behind most of these holes and actually weld from the back. If not, I may just tack weld across the top, and we'll see how it goes. We're going to do both sides, and then that should be our Sunday project today. Well, I was going to try some different techniques, but I made some pie cuts and then just kind of heated the metal up. And I wanted to get the rounded part underneath here as best as possible. It looks like the little setup I had with some screws worked just fine. There's some straightening up I'm going to do just inside the rail here, but generally that looks like it's going to fit. So I'll try it out like that, clean it up a little bit, and there's the curve. Alright guys, just showing you a couple of tacks on the curved area at the back here. Pretty much lined up with the body. I literally, aside from this curve at the back here, I literally just bent it over my knee, adjusted as I went, just little curves at a time, or little bends at a time. You can see it pretty much lines up all the way up towards the front here. And then to get the front to fit, I'm just going to kind of push it in as I'm welding. Shouldn't be too bad. This job's actually going a bit faster than I thought. It might be done by lunchtime. Alright, not too bad for a Sunday morning work. I got this whole side done just in a couple of hours here. You see all the tack welds we've got going right from the very beginning. We'll do a little bit of cleanup here, but I gave it a bit of an angle just to give it, I don't know, something interesting, something if you walk past it, you wouldn't catch your clothes on it or something like that. And then it just kind of follows back. It looks real nice. Door closed like that. Yeah, you can see a couple of areas here. I was able to get behind the drip rail and be able to weld from behind. That was much cleaner to do, but I couldn't do it everywhere. So some of these areas, take a flat disc to this and flatten it out. What I think I'm going to need to do is just, there's a little lip here, but if I'm careful, I'm just going to do a skim coat, probably fiberglass filler, and blend it up towards the top here. I was thinking about doing that anyway when I was working on these panels, just because, again, keep mentioned in a previous video, trying to keep as much of the original metal as I can. Even though I could cut pieces out, put brand new fresh metal in here, I am trying to just give this metal a little bit longer life. So going towards the back here, you can see the curve that we put in turned out pretty good. If I messed with it a little bit more, maybe I could get a couple of the very faint bumps out from where the screws were folding it over. But for the most part, I don't think anyone's going to really notice that. So we've got some welds in the top here. This section back here, I'm just going to use a little strip of sheet metal. I'm probably just going to fill that in. Fiberglass short strand over top of that, so it doesn't exist anymore. And show you the last piece here. Look at that. Looks pretty stock. Turned out all right. That is the end of this project. I'll just work on the other side to finish out my Sunday. And I got to figure out what I'm going to work on next here. Things are really coming together quickly. So I'm hoping pretty soon I'll be able to start putting together, just putting together some of the fiberglass filler. I've already bought it. Take the body off. Yeah, I don't know. There's some projects to do, but yeah, I made a lot further than I thought I would this weekend, so I haven't really thought of what that next step is. So anyway, thanks for watching. Off to work I go.